in Miami, and we're at the groundbreaking for Grove at Grand Bay. We're going to talk to David Martin, the developer. We're also going to speak with the Starchitect, Bjarke Ingels, and Raymond Jungels, who is responsible for all the foliage. And then we're going to check out this awesome party. David, congratulations at Grove at Grand Bay. Tell me about this exciting project.
Well, Coconut Grove is where I grew up my whole life, and it's really a very special place for us. When we bought the Grand Bay Hotel that had so much history for our community, we wanted to do something very special, so we hired a big architects from Denmark, Bjarke Ingels, and we wanted to design homes in the sky for locals as well as foreigners. Foreigners, that really understand Miami and the future of Miami and the quality of this type of neighborhood. And so we basically designed two buildings. One is a 38-unit building, 22 stories. And the other building's only 58 units. There's not a lot of units, but they're very large floor plans, so they're like homes. They're like 4,000 to 5,000 square feet. The terraces are 12 foot deep. The ceiling heights are 12 foot 6 inches. So we wanted to develop something unique and special. It's going to be the first Gold LEED certified building in a residential building in the state of Florida. And so it's something that we just started construction now. The first building sold out. The second building's on its way. And so we're really excited about kind of the rediscovery of Coconut Grove.
I like the idea of homes in the sky. Can you tell me more about that concept?
Sure, two things. One, we have showroom kitchens and industrialized eating kitchen rooms. We have staff quarters inside the residences. The amenities we have, the building has its own chef for all the families. We have a pet spa. The other thing is ceiling heights. That was an important quality. And also gardens. So we hired Raymond Jungels to do. So we have a 3-acre site, and probably 2 acres of it's going to be gardens from Raymond Jungels. So I think it's we're doing something very special here and unique, and really we're very excited about it.
So you're literally the hottest architect right now.
I am definitely standing here outside, have become the hottest architect within the last 15 minutes.
Tell me about your design concept for the towers.
Well, essentially the idea is twofold. You know, when I came here and went around with David Martin from Terra Group, you notice that the trees seem like they've been here before the city, and in fact they have. So somehow, first of all, this idea of trying to re-establish the grove, the canopy of the lush nature. So we've made this like man-made landscape that's built up of oolite and keystone. And more than 300 species of indigenous plants selected by Raymond Jungels, the landscape architect. And then when you get above the canopy, what becomes the major draw here is the light, the view, the sky, the water. When you're down on the lower floors, you're surrounded by buildings that are 5 to 10 floors. So one logical orientation of the buildings is facing straight towards Bayshore Drive. But then when you clear the surroundings, the nicest view becomes straight over the water and towards Miami Beach. So the two towers turn. Instead of being front and back, they become side by side. So essentially the architecture that looks like an expressive sculpture are actually sort of expressing the logic that the buildings try to optimize the feeling and the joy of the view from living inside the buildings.
I know this is going to be a LEED certified building. What are some of the cool green aspects?
Well, in general, I really believe in things that are not too overly dependent on technology. So what we try to do is, of course, learn from the buildings that you have here in the Coconut Grove. So essentially, really large balconies, 12-foot balconies that, of course, expand the apartments outside, but also create shade for the apartment below. And then also, as the first residential building in Miami, we're introducing double-layer insulated glass. So when you touch the facade, it's not going to be hot.
Like you're hot now.
Exactly. So this is low iron, the clearest glass you can possibly get. That from inside, it's almost like cooling the view straight into the building. But at the same time, because of the insulation, it actually sort of spends less energy on cooling. The experience is going to be more beautiful and less filtered, but actually you will be more insulated from the sun.
I've never seen anybody ever put the emphasis on landscaping that this project has. And the fact that the landscaping and the architecture are so integrated and so much a part of the whole. I was extremely excited to have the opportunity to work with BIG, and they came to the project with some different ideas, and then I kind of gave them my idea of what a Coconut Grove landscape should be, using mostly native plants and native materials, and they love it, and they've taught me a lot about the architecture that they've done was incredible. And I think altogether it's going to be just a stunning project that people who live here are going to be very lucky, and anybody who drives by is going to be very lucky as well. And the birds and the butterflies and everything that lives in this community is going to benefit from it.